Going to continue now with the second part of the question. It was not only economic reasons that were responsible for the abolition of slave trade. Other factors were equally responsible. We'll take, for example, humanitarian factors. Who are humanitarians? They are kind-hearted people. And the humanitarians were those group of people who had feelings for others. Example, you have people like Granville Sharp, William Wilberforce, Thomas Clarkson, Richard Baxter, Morgan Godwin, Buxton Fowell. These were examples of humanitarians whose activities contributed to the abolition of slave trade. So the humanitarians contributed in the abolition of slave trade in the following ways. One, they exposed the evils associated with slave trade. They moved from one part of Africa to another and exposed the evils. The second, humanitarian preached against slave trade, and in the course of preaching against slave trade, they made use of some ex-slaves who gave eyewitness testimonies of the suffering they went through when they were slaves. This made people to hate slave trade and supported that it should be abolished. Another important role of the humanitarian was that they mounted pressure on the British Parliament to pass laws abolishing slave trade. This was a work of William Wilberforce, who was also a member of the British Parliament. The pressure they mounted made the British Parliament to pass abolition laws, like in 1807. The British Parliament passed the abolition law which banned slave trade in Britain. 1811, severe punishment was to be imposed on any British involved in slave trade. 1824, death sentence was to be imposed. 1833, banned slave trade in all British empires. This was because of the pressure mounted by humanitarians such as William Wilberforce. Not only that, humanitarians also influenced the decision of Chief Justice Lord Mansfield condemning slave trade. In the Somerset case of 1772, Justice Lord Mansfield ruled that any slave who set foot on the British soil automatically is considered free. This was because of a humanitarian like Granville Sharp who defended a free slave like James Somerset. Not only that, humanitarians equally contributed in the scheme that resulted in the founding of Sierra Leone and Liberia, which were slave settlements. Sierra Leone was founded in order to resettle ex-slaves from Britain, while Liberia was founded in 1822 in order to resettle ex-slaves from America. This was because of the work of Granville Sharp, a humanitarian. Not only that, humanitarians exposed the barbaric nature of the slave trade. They condemned the cruel and barbaric nature of slave trade. Slaves were being tied, chained. They were kept in special halls without light. In the course of the journey to America, those slaves who could not make the journey were taken out of the ship and thrown into the sea. Not only that, slave masters used heated iron metal to give their slaves special marks. All these were condemned by humanitarians. So apart from humanitarian, you have religious factors.